Welcome back everyone to Cruise First TV with Derek and Joe. And have we got a show and a half for you this time? It's time to look into the future and plan big adventures. It's time to set sail with Princess around Europe for 2026.
Really exciting and a lot to tell you about. Some great offers for you, all with amazing launch prices. Now, there's also lots of no-fly cruises on the Sky and Majestic Princess ships who have sailings from 7 to 29 nights across 2026 out of Southampton.
And the Baltics are back on the menu again on the Sapphire Princess with sailings to Norway, Sweden and Denmark. Right then, let's get started, and Enchanted Princess will be first up, taking us around the Aegean and the Greek Isles for May in 2026. And we start by flying out to Rome for a one-night stay.
Yeah, we certainly do. Great little start to a trip in Europe, I always think, a night in the Eternal City, where, of course, you might just want to have a lovely meal out and enjoy some gelato in the typical Roman style, or enjoy some Roman street food. They're known for so many delicious things. I did a street food tour in the evening when I was there, actually. Very fun. Right, the Enchanted Princess awaits, and you're going to be on board for 8 nights. She's designed for innovation and style, as is seen right here in this incredible footage. Princess Medallion class. So this is a unique program that Princess have and all their ships now, where you have a little medallion that opens your stateroom door, allows you to interact with screens around the ship, enables you to, order drinks, order things from the shop. It makes life so much easier when you're cruising. But look at this atrium, shops, restaurants. It's a real hubbub. I love the fact that they have created this space for everybody, and it really is a focal meeting point of the ship too, which is great, because a lot of ships kind of have a low-key or non-existent atrium these days. I love it's bringing it back to the real essence of classic cruising with Princess. Now, the sea view bar is beautiful. Obviously, you can just sit up there and enjoy a cocktail and watch the sea float by outside your window, or walk out onto deck and enjoy some of the many pools and hot tubs around the vessel. It's a great thing to do. And you're going to be there in May, and likely you'll have beautiful sun-drenched days in the Mediterranean. So no excuse not to bask in the sun out on deck. Now, when it comes to dining, 25 bars and restaurants await you on this beautiful ship. That's a lot, isn't it? More al fresco dining than ever before. So lots of lovely sort of evenings, seaside evening dining opportunities out on deck. You also, not just the buffet, proper restaurants out on deck with the open air. Then you have French cuisine to enjoy, a 3-star Michelin chef created menu right there. Premium steaks in the steakhouse, Sabatinis for your delicious Italian food. Also, now if you want something a little bit fuss-free and low-key, you can head up to the Marketplace Buffet, which is open 24 hours. They're going to have some kind of food. If you've never cruised before, this is one of the great novelties of cruising. Being able to order room service or head up and enjoy food 24 hours a day. You're on your schedule. You're not on anyone else's.
Yeah, it's quite nice to actually wander into the buffet. Funnily enough, wander into somewhere like the buffet it might be for breakfast, it might be for lunch, it might be for your main evening meal, that you put something together from the buffet without having price lists all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
Not a price list in sight.
Yes.
Which is quite amazing, actually. which is lovely. Yes, you don't have to queue up at a till at the end.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's nothing worse, is there? Yeah, and then finding out the buffet cost you £50 or £100
Yeah.
and if you're in certain theme parks or Vegas, somewhere else.
Yeah.
But this is all included, of course, for you. Yeah, exactly. That's the Enclave. Great place to relax after a hard day's relaxing, exactly. Cruising out of Civitavecchia, and we are into Katakolon in Greece for ancient Olympia, the ancient city home to the first Olympics. It's a true marvel, it really is. Up the coast, you also have some great beaches to explore. Then we're off into Chania in Crete, also home to some amazing ancient ruins, beautifully preserved medieval and Roman ruins right there. And you actually have the archaeological museum to visit, or you might be at the beach, let's face it, basking in those beautiful waters. Then we're into Kusadasi. Now, right there at the port, you have got, quite honestly, such a shopping vibe. If you like to barter and negotiate as well, it's like a mini bazaar. Everything from hand-loomed carpets and luxury jewelry to extraordinary, well-crafted dupes. Then we're on into Santorini, iconic island formed out of an ancient volcanic caldera, and it has got the most enchanting centre. If you miss the centre, Thera, you are missing Santorini. You've got to see it. We're on to Naples next. Now, Naples is this itinerary is awash with ancient civilizations and great things to visit. But if you need a break from the sightseeing, I'd recommend Sorrento, which is a lovely, sleepy seaside town with lemon tree lined squares. Now, we are back into the port for Rome for your flight back to the UK after this amazing itinerary, taking in some of Europe's finest archaeological, historical sites.
And that ship.
Yes.
She's beautiful, Enchanted Princess. This is just a perfect combination, isn't it? Lovely part of the world. Lots of people actually want to do Greece, Italy, Turkey at the moment. Again, it's very much, especially for forward booking, 2025 into 2026. Some of the cruise lines are even booking beyond there as well, but we're looking at Europe for 2026. So this is May, and this will include your flight from the UK out to Rome, a night in a hotel there, and then that fabulous 8-night cruise on Enchanted Princess to the Greek Isles, Turkey and Naples, back to Rome for the flight to the UK. Low deposit right now of just £199, and here is your price tag, which is awesome. Great to put a low deposit down on that right now for something that is happening pretty much 2 years away. But hang on a second, because I've got much more to tell you on this offer. Because we said, okay, why book now? What's so special about booking now? Here, if you upgrade to an ocean view on this offer, we will upgrade you again to a balcony. And on top of this, you can also back-to-back this offer with the next cruise, which would go obviously on the 19th, and that goes off to Corfu, Dubrovnik, Kotor and Naples. So you can add another cruise to the back of this as well. Talk to the team about prices for that, but the great thing is that Enchanted Princess is doing 7-night sailings, and she's doing 2 different routes every 7 nights. So you can actually back-to-back 2 of those and make a 2-week cruise as well, which is brilliant. Let's have a look at upgrades for this then, because of course if you upgrade to Ocean View for this date, we'll upgrade you to a balcony, which is a very, very nice place to be, of course. And if you want to make it all-inclusive, it's very, very easy to do. You just add Princess Plus to your booking as well. So £50 per person per day, you get a full plus beverage package, which is drinks up to $15 each, unlimited Wi-Fi for a device, you get speedy boarding, you get more extra dining, and so much more included. So if you want to talk to the team about adding that, it's the best way of kind of budgeting ahead. It really is, because for less than a price per day of some drinks packages elsewhere, you get so much more. Include your tips as well if you Princess Plus. So think about doing that for any of these offers, and call us on 0800 953 4700. So lots of ways you could tailor that offer as well if you want to. So just call us. And all the offers, by the way, are on our website. We've just had our website all smartened up and polished and changed, and yeah, super fast it is. The offers just appear like magic. There's no buffering, there's no circles going around anymore. The offer just pops up there in front of your eyes. You pop in a couple of details, we call you back and sort it all out for you.
Brilliant. That makes
Really
life
good.
even easier.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to be wanting to book double the amount of cruises now.
Probably.
So on the time you save. There we go. We're off to Rome again for our next offer, but a different ship and a different itinerary, taking in Albania, Greece and Malta on the 14th of March in 2026. So off we fly to Rome again for a one-night hotel stay. Lovely little start to your adventure, Rome. You know what? You can visit Rome 100 times and still find something new to see.
I was just about to say the same thing, actually. It's just not a place you tire of at all.
Never.
And you can go back again and again and again. You know, even like a couple of years apart, and you're like, oh, I'm so glad to be back here. It's lovely.
Yes. And you certainly never tire of the gelato. And in fact, on the Sapphire Princess, there is plenty of homemade gelato, delicious pizza and pasta, because they make everything from scratch. And you're going to be on board for 7 nights. This is an interesting thing about cruising. It is like a miniature city. You know, the way that everything is run, or like a hotel, very big hotel, because you have everything is made from scratch every day as well. The majority of things are. And you might not realise that about cruising. They bake the bread and the pastries fresh every day. They make their own gelato, pasta, pizza. I mean, it is that detailed, and I love that about cruise. And I remember being quite shocked when I was on a cruise for the first time, thinking, well, don't they just freeze everything? Oh, no. You have got some world-class chefs on board. In fact, they're always winning awards, Princess. People love the pizza on board. That's won tons of awards. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, really. From the absolute utmost luxurious dining experience in Chef's Table Luminaire, which is for special occasions, through to very casual, relaxed dining in the buffet. You've got something depending on what you fancy. And it's great for those nights when you're just not sure what you want. I don't know what I want. Go up to the buffet, you'll always find something. I
always like to go and have a little nosy round anyway, don't you? And just kind of, if you're having one of those sort of undecided nights, just have a little wander around, you know, because you can often see into the restaurants wherever you are. Sort of wander in and just sort of have a little nosy. See what you fancy, or have a look at the menus. They're always outside the restaurants as well. You know, what's on offer that night. Treat yourself to some of the specialty dining as well, because it really is fantastic there. You know, as Joe said before, award-winning across the board for their food, fabulous steaks, fabulous Italian, as we mentioned before, and pizza. Pizza seems to be their thing, doesn't it, Princess?
Oh, they do it so well. People rave about their pizza, and we know, like, pizza is something that's quite finely tuned to get right. So they have those reviews. We're first of all straight into Saranda in Albania, which is known as the Ionian Pearl. You know, lots of incredible ancient history in Albania, and I love that it's somewhere a little bit more exotic that you don't hear about so often. Next up, we are into Katakolon, which is the port for ancient Olympia. Now, when you're there, you might want to head to the Archaeological Museum, which will talk you through the history of the ancient Olympics, which were held for about 700 years. Really interesting, in fact. And then great wine growing region too. Valletta's up next, where you can explore the ancient fortifications or visit the walls of the walled city by the Knights of St. John, or maybe go to some of the Game of Thrones filming locations. They do a tour for that, by the way. Next up, it's Catania in Sicily. Or do you know what? There's a great wine tasting tour on offer with Princess, so do ask about that. Or the underground catacomb. They're called the Cappuccini Catacombs. Not for the faint-hearted, but very interesting. Naples is next, which was, you know, arguably boasts the world's best pizza. We just talked about Princess, but the Napolitanas will tell you theirs is the best. So you can do a food tour, which will take you around the best pizza, pasta, and gelato in Naples. And do ask your Shore Excursions team on board about that, because they're very well versed. So here's our lovely itinerary, which takes in Rome, of course, a night in Rome, Saranda, Albania, Greece, Malta, Sicily, and then we're back into Rome after a trip to Naples.
And please don't feel on an itinerary like this like you're obliged to take in all of the history, like you need to spend all of your time seeing ancient ruins or being down caves or whatever it may be, because these are wonderful places. They're all coastal places, of course, a bit obvious because a cruise can't get there otherwise, but they're all wonderful places to explore. Maybe you're just going to literally get off the ship, go into the town and go, we're going to walk that way and just see where it takes you. Because there are lots of things you can do by just sort of exploring and have a little look around. Lots of shore excursion opportunities, of course, on the ship. But even though a place is steeped in history, feel free to spread your wings and do what you like. Maybe it's just a case of in March in 2026 that you're going somewhere where the weather's better than it is back home. So you're just simply enjoying being warm all over again without the heating on in the background. So if you fancy this then, March in 2026, 8 nights, your flight from the UK to Rome, a night in a hotel there, and then your 7 nights of cruising on Sapphire Princess to Albania, Greece, Malta, Italy and Sicily. Sounds like the Eurovision Song Contest all over again, doesn't it? Back to the port for Rome for the flight back to the UK. Low deposit today of £199 each, and your price tag for this date is here at $1,199 per person. And the great thing about this, and the way that the summer season with Princess is configured with the ports, is you can actually add another cruise to this offer as well. So back to back it. So at the end of this cruise, when you come back into Rome, you can then take the next cruise, which then takes you on to Corfu, Dubrovnik, Kotor in Montenegro, and to Naples back to Rome. So you can actually make this an even longer cruise if you want to. Let's have a look at upgrades then on board. Ocean view, balcony, and of course your amazing suites. Lovely, lovely suites on board all of the Princess ships, let me tell you. Do take advantage of Princess Plus as well. It's your all-inclusive plus upgrade, which is why it's called Princess Plus, because it's not just the drinks, it's the great drinks, it's the tips, and it's the Wi-Fi, and it's extra dining, and it's getting on board the ship, earlier priority boarding, and so much more, including having food and drink delivered to the very spot you are on the ship. So if you found a lovely lounger and you think, oh, I'm hungry now, I've just found this lovely lounger, I'm here on my own with my book, I just fancy something to eat, but if I go off now, somebody will nab that lounger and it won't be there when I get back. Easy. On the app, order some food, you're wearing your medallion or carrying it with you. Order the food, it will be delivered to you at the very spot on the ship, wherever you are. How good is that? That's amazing really, isn't it? You can use the app as well before you, if you're having one of those nights where you think, I'm not sure where I'm going to eat tonight, you can have a look at all the restaurants on the app, see how busy or not the restaurant is at that moment in real time. How ridiculously good is that?
So clever.
So future-proofed, isn't it? It's amazing. Listen, if you want to know more, call us right now. 0800 953 4700 is the telephone number. Just worth saying as well that you can call us 7 days a week. We're not a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 kind of business. We're here to talk to you late into the evenings, all the way through the week, including on Sunday as well. So if you happen to be watching one of our shows and it's Sunday, and normally your brain says, well, I won't call because it's Sunday. You don't call a travel agent on a Sunday, do you?
No.
You can.
You call us,
You can
though.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And actually, it's quite nice to be doing that on your relaxing day off anyway. Maybe Sunday's the day that you book your cruises.
Yes, well, you've got time to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. We are here for you 100%. Now, all of the offers for the Princess 2026 Europe season are easy to find on our website at cruise1st.tv. Or, of course, as we were mentioning, just chat to our team and we'll be more than happy to go through everything you want to know. No question is too small or too big for us, don't you worry. Right, we are off to enjoy Scandinavian delights next on the Sapphire Princess on the 2nd of May in 2026. We fly first over to Copenhagen in Denmark and stay a night in a hotel first. Now, you are starting to see more of these great Scandinavian itineraries pop up on our shows. We didn't see so many for a while, and I'm really glad because it's actually one of my all-time favourite trips. Copenhagen's amazing. It's an eclectic, enigmatic and enchanting city with so much to see and do, but more about that later on because we are heading off on our fabulous cruise and we are going to be going on the Sapphire Princess. Brilliant. She's going to be your home from home for this amazing European adventure. And the Sapphire is an absolutely beloved member of the Princess fleet. Now, I always describe Princess really as classic cruising at its finest. And everybody that I've met over the years has said that as well. And there's, so many people are incredibly loyal to this brand and will only cruise Princess because they're kind of idea and thoughts are, you can't really improve on perfection. like, because it is such an exceptional standard.
Yeah, and I do think that's why so many people are happy to go back again and again and again, because when they change things, they don't change things wholesale.
Yes.
They don't make big drastic changes, which I think is quite nice actually, because there's nothing worse than going to a place and finding a nice restaurant and loving it, you know, loving the food there, loving the menus there, loving the people that work there, etc. And then you go back a year later and it was completely gone, completely changed hands, completely different thing. You know, it's quite nice sometimes to have those kind of staples there. So you'll generally, across the Princess Fleet, you'll always find the steakhouse and the Italian and, you know, those familiar favourites. And that is nice, actually, because you know what you like. And when you find something you like, you want to have it again, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're smart in that aspect, absolutely. Even down to your shows, you know, they'll be different from ship to ship, of course, and you'll have a wide variety, but there will be some distinctions, some familiarities at the same time. So you're going to love it. They win awards on their shows too. Game shows you've got going on. You've got quiz and bingo throughout the day. You've got lots of deck games as well. Arts and crafts, if you're a bit crafty. Then there's the Skywalker's nightclub, if you want to party the night away or just enjoy a quiet drink, perhaps in some of the many bars that they have on offer. Now, we're cruising out of Copenhagen, and the first port we're going to be heading into out of Copenhagen is Skagen. Now, this is an amazing architecturally rich port, as you can see right there. You know, the Danish are known for their architecture, and you can see the lighthouse. You can head on up to St. Lawrence's Church or the Bunker Museum. We'll see it all on a tour. Oslo's next. Oslo is Norway's capital, and there's an amazing sculpture park called Vigeland Sculpture Park. You can also see the iconic ski jump from the Olympics. That's something that's very interesting in this port, actually. We're into Gdańsk in Poland next. What a beautiful, beautiful city Gdańsk is. My goodness, it really took my breath away, I have to say. Ride the trams or maybe head on to the amber factory and pick up some amber, because they're, you know, it's famous for this part of the world. Klaipėda in Lithuania awaits us next, also on the Baltic coast. So you're going to be seeing great amber for sale in these ports too. But you've got the Soviet nuclear weapon site or the old town to visit. Again, book a tour with Princess. Riga, what an absolute beauty of a city. Riga's interesting because it has two distinctive sides. It has the Latvian and the Russian side to it, and the architecture does differ in that sense as well. But it's absolutely beautiful. Tallinn, Estonia awaits us next, where you can perhaps head on over to the cathedral or the lower old town, take a stroll of the town square, take a trolley tour, which takes in a little bit of everything, or one of those hop-on, hop-off bus tours is ideal. Then it's Helsinki. Perhaps the harsh climate here brings a real respect for design and the arts, is what many say about Finland. And the Rock Church is a must when you're visiting Finland for sure. Now, the port for Stockholm next, which is often described as the capital of Scandinavia. Stockholm is, I think, one of the best ways to see it is by bicycle. If you can take a bike tour, do it, because you will pass so many amazing sights when you do with a well-versed guide. Then it's Visby. Visby is very interesting. It's recognised by UNESCO as the best preserved medieval centre in Europe, and they do a huge medieval festival every year. You might be lucky enough to be there while they are all dressed up in medieval clothes. It's a very cool thing to watch. So what an itinerary. Wow. The romantic Northern European sites. And of course, we're back into Copenhagen, where we'll fly you home after this, you know, epic adventure, starting off, of course, with that night Copenhagen, then heading through, you know, Denmark, Norway, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Finland. Wow. I mean, not many people can say they visited these places.
No, I've had a lot of people messaging me recently, actually asking about the Baltics and saying, actually, you know, Northern Europe and this part of the world as well, that they really do want to see it. And all of those itineraries kind of, you know, sort of disappeared for a long, long time, actually. So it's really nice to see us cruising, you know, to the fringes of the Baltics. Again, it's wonderful to do. 13 nights then for May in 2026. Low deposit today of just £199 each. Includes the flight from the UK over to Copenhagen in Denmark. We've got a night in a hotel there for you, and then you'll cruise on Sapphire Princess around Scandinavia for 12 nights with a free ocean view upgrade as well, which is really good. Yes, actually, we said free Copenhagen stay. We forgot to tell you about the free ocean view upgrade. Let's look at our price tag at 1,899 per person, and that is with an ocean view upgrade. And of course, if you wanted to tailor that in any way, if you wanted more nights in Copenhagen, for instance, then again, just talk to the team because we can make that happen. I've never been to Copenhagen actually. I'd quite like to go. And maybe you want more than one night in a hotel there, we can certainly absolutely make that happen. Now there's other dates for the package that run from May to August in 2026, and here's the prices to upgrade. We've already upgraded you once to Ocean View, so the next upgrade is up to balcony and up to suite, and you've got all the details there if you need them. 0800 953 4700 is that telephone number to call. As I mentioned before, all of these Princess Europe 2026 offers with the low booking, the low deposits, and indeed those early booking bonuses as well, all on our website at cruise1st.tv. Lovely, right, okay, I'm gonna blast you with a few quick picks as well before we go, because we had some tempting little offers. These ones are all no-fly offers as well, which is wonderful. So let's start with PC 535 then, 14 nights on the Sky Princess. 8th of August in 2026, Southampton, no-fly cruising to Spain, France, Gibraltar and Portugal, including the day of the total solar eclipse. An exclusive Cruise1st discount here, starting from 2,899 per person. Then we've got PC 537, which is 10 nights on Majestic Princess on the 26th of June in 2026 to Belgium, Holland, Denmark, Germany and France. No fly 1,299 per person with a Cruise1st exclusive discount on that one as well. And then your third one takes us around the British Isles for 11 nights on Majestic Princess, 17th of April in 2026, and we're sailing to Cork, Belfast, Glasgow, Invergordon, Edinburgh and Le Havre in France, in and out of Southampton from 1,299 per person. And again, that has a Cruise1st exclusive discount if you book right now, which is quite wonderful to do. And that's just three. That's a small snapshot of everything there is on offer across 2026. Gosh, it's so strange, isn't it? Our heads have only really got into the fact that it's 2024 now, but then look at how far we are through the year already. And we're starting to talk about getting all of our holiday plans in place for 2 years' time. I know why we're doing it. I absolutely know why we're doing it, because we're locking in prices while we can keep them at a manageable level, because, you know, prices run away very, very easily. So if we lock it all in now, then, well, one, we know it's happening, and two, we're not paying over the odds.
Yeah, it's just the smart thing to do, isn't it? And also, like you said, it's things to look forward to.
Yeah,
but
it's
not
nice
just
to know
this
you're doing
year,
it.
not next year, the year after as well.
Yeah.
You know, having those cruises, you know, in the bag, so to speak.
How organised would you feel?
I mean, yeah, exactly. And then you can kind of, really, you're just ticking, you know, different places off your bucket list in little segments in manageable ways as well. Start planning those adventures you're going to have in the ports and call. Oh, it's so exciting.
I know.
That can be a pastime, though, in itself, can't it? Actually deciding what you're going to do when you get to these destinations and booking the trips and booking the excursions.
That's a whole weekend in itself, isn't it? Anyway, listen, we've got to go now because time is out on this show, but there'll be another show along in another couple of minutes, of course, with more fabulous offers from us here at Cruise1st. And don't forget, you can call us 7 days a week. See you later.
Bye.